Welcome to your video lecture on strategic and marketing planning. You know, most marketing courses start out early in the course with strategic and marketing planning. And one of the reasons is because us marketing people, we don't like to plan. We love to execute. We love to drive revenue through customer contact. We want to go out and we want to develop new products. We want to develop new promotional material. We want to go see our largest customers and drive sales. But as my boss once said, without a plan, you're simply shooting rubber bands at the moon and you'll never hit it. So oftentimes we start early and we teach strategic and marketing planning. So with that being said, let's get started on this chapter about strategic and marketing planning. Wait a minute. I feel like I'm getting sucked into a black hole.
Wow, that was weird. Anyways, so by way of introduction, we're going to start out with why plan? Well, without a competitive advantage, and all plans start with what is the firm's competitive advantage, what is the brand's competitive advantage, what is the product's competitive advantage, etc. Because without a competitive advantage, then you're into that commodity trap, which means that all you're doing is lowering price and you're playing a price game. No marketing person ever wants to play that price game because you're never going to be the lowest price because someone will have a sale or a special or something like that and they'll beat your lowest price. So you continue to spiral in that price game and you spiral downwards and downwards. And as you are cutting price, you're cutting margins. And then your margins become very razor thin. And so what you have to do is you have to cut costs in the business. And when you cut costs in the business, you're cutting things like new product development, promotional materials, and all the things that are fun for a marketing person. So if you don't have a competitive advantage, then you're just one product in a sea of similar products and playing that price game. There are many success stories out there. Southwest, for instance. Southwest started out as a low-cost airline, and of course, now you've got Frontier and Allegiant and all those others, but Southwest has survived because they did have a competitive advantage. They had good promotional material, they've got good routes, they got good products and things like that. So in order not to fall into that commodity trap, we need to understand what is our strategic advantage. We need to take advantage of that strategic advantage. Take advantage of the strategic advantage. I guess that did make sense. In order to ensure that we have a strong customer base, we have a strong target market, and we have a strong presence in our particular space. So let's start with the strategic planning process. Most firms, most organizations are organized through SBUs or strategic business units. Now, not all are. Some are organized functionally by functional excellence, accounting, marketing, finance, human resources, etc. However, that's rare. What we usually find is organizations are structured by SBUs. The SBU can be structured around a product. So, for instance, I don't know if this is exactly true, but I'll give you an example. Nike might be structured around outerwear, like hoodies and other things like that. Then they might have an SBU that has shoes. They might have an SBU that has tennis equipment. They might have an SBU that has golf equipment or something like that. I'm not exactly saying, I don't know how Nike's structured, but I'm just saying that's the way that some people would be structured by product. You could structure by customer. For instance, you could have a structure that has large customers, one that has medium-sized customers, one that has retail customers, or something like that. So depending on how you're structured, you're going to develop your strategic plan. Now, the difference between a strategic plan and an operating plan and a marketing plan, we need to understand that. A strategic plan looks out 5 years. Well, because the market is so dynamic, oftentimes strategic plans will only look out 3 years. An operating plan looks out 1 year. What are we going to do next year? And then a marketing plan is a subdivision of that strategic and operating plan. And a marketing plan has a 3-year outlook, and then also has a 1-year outlook. So it's a mini strategic plan within the marketing department and a mini operating plan. So don't get confused between strategic plans and operating plans. The difference is a strategic plan is going to look out what's happening in our market, what's happening with our customers going out 3 years. And then an operating plan is how you're going to execute that plan the next year. So strategic planning starts with a situational analysis. Where are we now? Now, a situation analysis is often confused with a SWOT analysis. We're going to get to a SWOT analysis a little later into the program. But a situation analysis talks about what is our current state? What products are we offering? What is our competitive advantage? Who are we offering it to? Who's our target market? Remember, everything in marketing starts with who are we going to do what to. And then from that, you develop your marketing plan, which is usually it's not necessarily a written document, because as I've always said, if you're going to talk to your boss about your marketing plan, you're not going to give her a 5-page paper. You're going to present a PowerPoint slide to her. So oftentimes the marketing plan is in the form of a PowerPoint with documentation behind that. It includes implementation, evaluation. It includes defining a specific market, your goals, your objectives. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Also, your implementation, your contingency plans, and then your day-to-day decisions in the market. So let's start with a mission versus a vision. A mission is what business are we in? A vision is what do we want to become? Where do we want to come out of in that market? So you've got a couple of examples here with the AT&T mission and the IKEA's vision. But the difference between a mission and a vision statement is a mission is what business are we in? Are we in the grocery business? Are we in the sporting goods business? Are we in the retail business? Are we in the clothing business or the outerwear business? In the furniture business, like the IKEA or something like that. And then our vision is what do we want to become over the next 3 to 5 years. So elements of a mission statement is who are we? Who are our customers? What is our philosophy? Are we ethically minded? Hopefully we are. Are we quality minded? Are we customer focused like Wegmans? Wegmans is extraordinarily customer focused, and they're also very employee focused, and that tends to be their operating philosophy. What is their core competencies? Like, for instance, an example would be Amazon. Their core competency is operational excellence. You click, you get it in 2 days. And then what is our responsibility? Are we a good steward? Are we a good place to work? What is our human, financial, and environmental resources that lead up to that particular mission? So our mission statements, I've seen a lot of mission statements, and they're always posted on placards on walls when I walk into a business, especially when I was in sales for many, many years or in marketing for many, many years. You walk in and there's a mission statement, and the mission statement is like 2 paragraphs. Well, that becomes, and usually they're run-on sentences for all you English majors out there. And that becomes meaningless because it's way, way too broad. Or it can be just 1 sentence, just do it. That's not their mission, but I'm just saying that as an example. And that becomes too narrow. So your mission statement needs to be that sweet spot that's not too broad. It's not 2 paragraphs with nothing but run-on sentences. Or it's not too short and succinct or too sweet. It's got to be stable, and it's got to be something that the leadership team of the organization believes in, drives, and continues to drive down to the lower levels of the organization. It should be something that has been present for years, and it should be something that the entire organization knows about. I like the fact that mission statements are often posted in the lobby as you walk into an organization, or posted in a production area, or posted in all functional areas, because that way it's very visible to an organization, and it's very visible to everybody that works in their organization, so they understand, hey, what business are we in? What do we really want to do? Most mission statements, especially when you're in a marketing firm and you are maybe either consumer or business to business marketing, should be customer focused. And the reason, and I talked about this the first night in class, is the reason is because customers are becoming more and more fragmented. So the more broadly you can reach a customer base, the larger your target market is, and the larger your sales are going to be. So as we focus on our mission and vision statements, we want to make sure that they are customer oriented, customer focused, and we understand who our customers are. Remember, and I'm going to say this a million times, everything in marketing starts with who, our customers, our target market. Who are we going to do what to? So let's ensure we understand, because a lot of people get confused between a goal, an objective, a strategy, and a tactic. And I've tried to make it as simple as I possibly can here. And everything starts with your goal. What do you want to be? And then your objective has got to have numbers to it. What do you want to achieve? It's got to be very specific. Those of you that have taken my promotions management class and my marketing strategy class, we talk about our objective being a SMART objective. Specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART. You might want to write that down. You're going to see that again. So your objective being SMART, specific, measurable, and the big thing is measurable. We've got to make sure that we can measure it. So therefore, it's got to have some type of numbers or percentage or something like that. Your strategy is how you're going to achieve that objective. And then your tactic is your day-to-day operations within the organization. Now, what I've tried to do here in the next slide is I've tried to give you an example. So here's an athletic center or a gym, so to speak. The goal is to be the #1 fitness provider in the city. That is our goal. We want to be #1 fitness provider in the city. Our objective, again, measurable. We want to increase membership 20% year over year. Our strategy, how are we going to do that? How are we going to be the #1 fitness provider in the year and increase membership? Well, we're going to offer state-of-the-art equipment and classes to fit all needs and lifestyle. That is our strategy. And then, of course, our day-to-day operations or tactics is we're going to offer yoga classes Monday through Friday. We're going to purchase new machines and make sure that our machines are clean and updated every single day. We're going to offer spin classes Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to increase training staff, those types of things. That's the operational day-to-day things. That is our tactics. So please make sure you understand the difference between a goal, an objective, a strategy, and a tactic. So goals should represent functional areas of the organization. So you're going to have marketing goals, you're going to have financial goals, you're going to have human resources goals, how you're going to staff it, etc. And then, of course, your objectives have to be measurable. They've got to be accurate. Think SMART. S-M-A-R-T, specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, time-bound. And then your corporate or your business unit strategy, again, your SBUs are a strategy that encompasses the entire SBU with all of your marketing and functional excellence strategies rolled up into it. And then again, your functional strategy is how you're going to do that, and that includes your day-to-day tactical execution. And then finally, your implementation, again, that goes to your tactical day-to-day execution. How are you going to do it? And that gets into how many people you're going to have, how many products you're going to have, and all those different things. is not only internal, but it's also external with regards to what customers are we going to go after, who are going to be our suppliers, what investors are we going to need, are we going to need to be a public company, are we going to be a private company, and if we are a private company, where's our investors? And then finally, you evaluate and you control, and that goes into the marketing plan, which will be module 2 or video 2 of this particular lecture.